Hello, in this video, I would like to explain why it's important to have a positive mindset for property investing. And if you don't think your mindset's right, how you can develop your motivated mindset for property investing. So my name's Simon Zutshi. I'm the author of Property Magic, the Amazon #1 property bestseller. I'm the founder of the Property Investor Network with 50 meetings all over the UK. I became financially independent at the age of 32. And I believe that your mindset is one of the most important things that will determine how successful you are with your property investing. Why is that? Well, of course, you need to know what to do. You need to have specialist knowledge to be a successful property investor. However, knowledge alone is not enough. I meet plenty of people who kind of know what to do, but they fail to take action. Now, there might be a number of reasons for that. Often it's fear holding them back. And by getting the right positive mindset, you can actually be far more successful, not just in property, but also generally in life. So what is mindset? People talk about it. What exactly does it mean? Well, whenever I teach things, I like to break them down to make them really simple. For me, mindset is the ABC of mindset. A stands for attitude, having a positive can-do attitude. The glass is half full, it's not half empty. And at the end of the day, things can go wrong in property. And when you have a problem, it's about looking for the opportunity. B is for belief. It's about building your belief about, first of all, what is possible, what can actually be achieved in property. And a great way of building your belief is actually by looking at other people who are like you and seeing what they have achieved. Because if someone else has done what you want to do, it means it's possible. So that's the first part of belief. Then the second part of belief is what you think you can actually do. And we all have belief systems in our head. Some of them are supportive, some of them are limiting. And it's about identifying those and trying to get rid of the limiting beliefs and reinforce the supporting beliefs. And finally, C from the ABC of mindset is for courage. It's about having the courage to step out of your comfort zone. If you want to have different results in your life, if you want to change your life, you need to change your life. You need to be the catalyst for change. And that means doing things that you may not be used to, you might be uncomfortable at first. And having courage is not a good feeling. You know, confidence is a great feeling because we know what we're doing, we're certain. But courage, you sometimes don't know what you're doing. And it's stepping outside that comfort zone because that's where your success is lying and waiting for you, just outside your comfort zone. So that's the ABC of mindset: attitude, belief, and courage. Now, what can you do to improve your positive mindset for property investing? Well, there are 7 things I think you could do. The first thing is you want to make sure that you get rid of negative influences around you. So for example, stop listening to the news. Stop listening to all the things that are going wrong in the world, because that's what the news is full of, unfortunately. It's not. When's the last time you listened to the news and had a good belly laugh? It doesn't happen very often. So cut out all the negative influence if you can. Don't watch the news on TV. Don't listen to the news on the radio. Don't read newspapers either. Now, if something important happens, someone's going to tell you. That's my philosophy, okay? And after all, things in the news, you can't really do much about them anyway. So cut it out. Second thing is, instead of allowing negativity to come into your head, why don't you deliberately choose to put in some positivity? So a great thing you can do is listen to podcasts that are going to give you inspiration and ideas. So I have a podcast called the Property Magic Podcast. It's completely free. Go and download it. Listen to autobiographies of successful entrepreneurs and business people. How did they do it? And you'll hear that very often, many of these people have not had it easy. They've had challenges, they've had problems. It's all about how you overcome those problems and move forward. The next thing you do is change your state. So very often, if you're feeling negative or depressed, you might be in a kind of slump state, you might be having shallow, slow breathing. Or instead, sit up or stand up, go and get some exercise. Even going for a walk and getting some fresh air can help change your state and make you feel more positive. The fourth thing I do is I use affirmations. Now, when I first heard about this, I thought, that's crazy, that's not going to work. But I found they absolutely do. So what it is, you write down and you say some statements to yourself, such as, I'm getting better every day in every way. I'm a positive person. I like myself. People like me. I'm a successful man. Whatever it might be for you. And at first, when you say these things to yourself, your mind might say, who are you trying to kid? But it's about reinforcing this positive belief. By the way, don't say this in front of other people. This is something you do in private. I like to swim, so when I go for a swim, I might be swimming away doing my breaststroke, and I will be saying to myself these affirmations. So when I get out of the pool, not only do I feel physically fit, I feel mentally fit as well. So I recommend you give those a try. The next thing is, number 5, is to have daily gratitude. Sometimes when things are going wrong, we could focus on all the bad things. Instead, if you focus on all the wonderful things in your life, well, the fact that you're still living, the fact you've got a roof over your head, the fact you've got fresh running water, these are things that many people around the world don't have, and we often take for granted. And if you sit down thinking about all the incredible things you have and you feel a true state of gratitude, it's very difficult for you to be depressed and be negative. The 6th thing is to surround yourself with supportive people, people who are going to encourage you. Your family, friends, work colleagues, they might love you, but you know what? They probably don't really understand property. They don't really understand what you're going through. And this is why I set up the Property Investor Network meetings back in 2003, because I was very lonely on my property journey. I had been able to replace my full-time income. I'd left my job at Cadbury's, but you know what? None of my friends were investors, none of my family were investors, and I felt really on my own. So I set up Property Investor Network to get a like-minded group of people around me to support me and encourage me, and I can help them as well. And we now have 50 meetings around the country. If you've not been to a PIN meeting, you should definitely go and check them out at pinmeeting.co.uk. And then number 7, the final thing is, get inspired by successful people. Look at what other people have done. This comes back to building your belief. And I'm a member of 2 mastermind groups over in the USA. So I fly to America 3 or 4 times a year, quite a long way to go. But I do it because I get into a group of like-minded people who are all successful. And I don't want to be the most successful person in the group. I want to be inspired and pulled up by other people in that group. So what can you do to be inspired by other people? Now, actually, I have a gift for you that might help. On my year-long property mastermind program, at the very last workshop, we get 5 of the top performers to stand up and share with their peers in the group. What have they done? What's their journey? What worked really well for them? What didn't work? What strategies have been the best? And how they've managed to replace their income in a very short amount of time. Now, we do this for the group, but we also film this, and it's available for you to watch as a live webcast. Or if, depending on when you're watching this video, if you've missed that, you can watch the recordings. And it will really help build your belief about what's possible. You can learn the strategies that really successful people are using in the market right now, and you can copy and emulate their success. So if you'd like to register for this, it's completely free training. Go to mindsetforproperty.co.uk. There's going to be a link below this video, mindsetforproperty.co.uk, and you can register, either watch the webcast depending on when you watch this video, or indeed you can watch the recordings, and it will really help build your personal belief and maybe give you the confidence to get out there and achieve all you want to with your property investing. So my name's Simon Zutshi. Thank you for watching. If you like this, please like it, please share it with other people. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and put some comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. So as always, I encourage you to invest with knowledge, invest with skill.